we definitely got to talk about the elephant in the room to open up the show. Might as well. As expected, Calais Campbell is gone, and we told you on the show. Okay, we told you. Go back and check it out. We told you he's gone to Baltimore unless somebody offers him a lot of money. Okay, and $7.5 million. Baltimore was not offering that. Miami definitely was not offering that, but Baltimore was offering around the same as Miami. So he was going to go to Baltimore. And I told you he would go to Baltimore unless somebody offers a crazy amount to a 40-year-old man. I think that's how I put the line. I don't know. I don't know if you remember the line, Sean, but I think it's kind of like what I put it. Like, unless they offer a 40-year-old man a lot of money, he's going to go to Baltimore. Well, the place that drafted him, Arizona, has offered him a deal where he makes 5.5 and could make 7.5, and the incentives will easily probably get him to 7.5. So what's he going to do? Pass that up? He wasn't coming back here. He was never coming back here. Just like Teron Armstead is gone, dude. Okay? Gone. If anything, they'll release his ass so he could go somewhere else. He's not going to sacrifice his body here. I don't think, I kind of feel that there's a lot of you in the Dolphin Nation that you're not watching what's actually going on. This is the Titanic, and the people are jumping ship. And it doesn't matter if it's Reggie McKenzie. It doesn't matter if it's Javon Holland. It doesn't matter who it is, Campbell or Teron or whoever it is. Anyone that has an opportunity to get off the ship, they're doing that exactly because they know the inevitable. We all know they're on the hot seat. It's obvious. We all know McDaniel and the front office have one season left, unless they pull out a miracle. The players know it. So a lot of the players that have an opportunity to get them out, they're going to get out. And the guys that are on the brink of the twilight of their careers, like a Campbell or Teron, who have put their bodies through hell, they are not going to sacrifice for these people anymore. Calais saw it for 1 year, and that's enough. And Teron has seen it for several years. And even though his body can't hold up, he sees what they are. He's had enough. So whoever can get the hell out of here is going to get the hell out of here. Those are the facts. And you weren't going to have the pick of the litter in free agency. Even if you wanted it, you would have to then so overpay that you won't be able to fill any needs. So real free agents weren't going to want to come here. And this is why you've also had the kind of offseason you've had. I don't understand how people are not seeing what's going on. The shit is completely falling apart. There is nothing positive. There is no momentum for this franchise. Nowhere around the league, nowhere in that building. People in that building, they don't believe in what's going on with that coach. I think I've said this before already, that there are people in the building that don't believe in that guy. Everybody knows what's going on. It's just that fiscally, which is what we've tried to explain to all of you, they're tied to all of this. So that's why they're keeping the whole band together. There's not a person in that building that thinks that Mike McDaniel's going to take them out of something and make them special or some shit like that. And the players know that, dude. That's why Tyreek acts the way he acts. He didn't even act like that in Kansas City. because they got a coach that's not going to take them, all that bullshit. And whatever they did behind the scenes, they had enough of it, and they got rid of his ass. And they said, "Nah, we can win without you," and they can. This place has been exposed already under Mike McDaniel. No one respects Mike McDaniel. Players don't respect Mike McDaniel. The people in the building don't really think he's the guy. Most of the fan base is pretty much, even the blind ass fan, even the fan that you might hear themselves trying to convince themselves, oh, yeah, we're going to have a good year. Oh, yeah, this is our year. Oh, yeah, we're going to win 12 or 50. They don't really believe that shit. They just don't. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on with some of you in the again. You love to be lied to. You want the media. You want to be in that echo chamber. Tell me what I want to hear. That we have a chance. Tell me what I want to hear. Yeah, no, we might get Calais Campbell. Tell me what I want to hear. And there's plenty of media members that are going to do that for you. Why? Because it sells papers, it gets clicks, it gets views, it'll keep you hanging on for the next segment. And I'll tell you when we come back from the break how the Dolphins will definitely be able to keep Calais Campbell. Ooh, I'll tune in. Whatever. It's just I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stay lame, and I'm just gonna tell you what's going on. What's going on? This is what's going on. He's not coming back here. But whatever, what are you gonna do? But this is a sinking ship, and people are trying to get off of it. But because they're so fiscally tied to everything, dismantling it now really does no good. So you just got to let it live out and let it die out on its own if it does. Or if it somehow is resurrected, then let it resurrect on its own. But once you get over the fiscal hurdle, that you can then start to open up the avenues for other things, changes, you got to just hang in there. So you're going to have to hang in there for another year. And then, God forbid, this year sucks, which I hope it does, and I hope it's a great year. I hope we're all wrong. But if it's a terrible year, then they blow everybody up, and then the new regime comes in. You've been through all of this. And then they got to go through another year of salaries and all that before they can start to do their work. So we're 3 years away from starting the first year of the rebuild. Okay, remember how last year I told you, hey, this season, 2024, is the hot seat season for McDaniel. Did I not tell you that? Did I not say that all year, Sean? All fucking year. All fucking year. The entire season, I told you, this is the season that puts McDaniel on the hot seat. Did I not say that over and over and over and over and over and over again? And where are we now? The year of the hot seat. So we got to go through the year of the hot seat. Then we go through the year of the dismantling. Then we go through the first year of the new coach and regime and front office, where they've got to tear everything down. And they've got to wait for more expiring contracts like Tua, because it's 2 years from now. And then 3 years from now, we start the first year of the rebuild. Do you understand what's going on? Because you've lived it. You've lived it. If you're old enough, you've lived this over and over and over again. It's effing Groundhog Day, as Dave Hyde loves to do it on his article. Okay? So I already predicted the year before that this would be the hot seat year. So this is the progress, okay? Dude, I'm approaching 60. I've followed this team since I was a kid, since I was a child, since I could understand what football is. And I've watched it. And I've watched the great times, the greatest of times, the great times, the mediocre times, and I've watched the worst times. And I've seen this story before. People are jumping ship, and now we've got to go through the process. And we all know deep down inside that Mike McDaniel's not the guy. And Calais Campbell knows he's not the guy. And that's why Calais Campbell has hauled ass. Okay? And that's it. And that's all. And he wanted it to end the right way and do it the right way. But unfortunately,
this is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.